See, the difference between Black Americans or FBA, that we are actually the only ones that deal with white supremacy on a daily basis. We're the only ones to deal with it. Everybody else, the other black immigrants that come over here, they really don't deal with it, and a lot of times they're indoctrinated into white society. But for a reason. They are weaponized against FBAs. A lot of ethnic groups, when they come over here, including even the Asians, are weaponized against us to have them point the finger at us that we are the culprit for everything. So once white men convince other groups, other Africans from the diaspora, other ethnic groups to point the finger at us, that leaves the blame off them. You see what I mean? That leaves the blame off them. So once you can have everybody point their fingers at us, they grow resentful of us, not even that we even done anything for them, to them. But yet and still, in their countries, in their homelands, their lands are getting ravaged and plundered by the same group of people who they try to align themselves with. So they align themselves with those who literally plunder wealth for their countries and have them come over here, only to later on find out that these people really don't like them either. And for instance, take Asians. Asians have been always used as this model minority. The model minority myth of the Asians, smart, intelligent. That model was always used against black people, saying, why you all can't be like these Asian people? Well, we have did the same thing like Asian people, but we built our own communities only for white folks to come and burn them down and destroy them and catch fucking amnesia like they didn't do shit. Like they get have debates with black women and sit up there and, know there's feminine energy against masculine energy. Instead of putting another man up there to debate another man on their shit. Only a white man would do that because white men try to act like they the mediators of shit when they not. That's why I would have called that dude, that's why I would have called him out and say, wait a minute, first of all, you got a woman facing off against a man in a debate. They got completely, total different energies. He has a more dominant energy while she has a more passive energy. Why are you going to use a woman? See, that's what I'm saying. This is the games that these white men play. They play these games and try to act like they trying to mediate the situation when they're not. That's why when you have white people talk this shit, I'm an intermediary. I was trying to make people shut the fuck up. No, you're not. No, you're not, white man. You a white man being a white man. So, back to the subject at hand. You have all these other ethnic groups aside with white supremacy. Hell, including even our women. Including our women because they want to be a part of white society. So they point their fingers at men, not knowing that figure is three fingers pointing back, is three fingers pointing back at them because they give birth to black men. You dig? They got three fingers pointing back at them. But anyway, white supremacy weaponized other groups against us. But normally this shit backfires. It backfires a lot. It is backfiring now. It's backfiring now by the fact that they was weaponized to go against black people, whether they be Africans, whether they be Latinos, whether they be other groups was weaponized against us. And now they're starting to find out that everything we said was right. That black Americans said was right, that they use y'all as a weapon against us. And when you're no longer a useful tool, they throw you away. Take like affirmative action. Edward Blunt used Asians to get rid of affirmative action. So the Asians were fooled into believing that black people were there, that, you got black people taking college, basically they part of college that they could have been in Ivy League schools, when even though majority of Ivy League people that's in the Ivy Leagues are white, and they get there just on privilege because they white. So you still have white privilege, even though it's waning. Even though it's waning for those who are at the bottom. They was given the illusion of white inclusion. The poor whites was given the illusion of white inclusion. They was used as a pawn, and they don't know how well they was used. So now, if white folks want to talk about discrimination, who are they talking about? Who's discriminating against y'all? That's what I be wanting to ask all these alt-right white nationalists. We getting discriminated against. By who? Who's discriminating against y'all motherfuckers? I know you ain't gonna say us. I know you're not. If any motherfuckers you white pale males need to point y'all fucking fingers at, is y'all wealthy white elites that look just like you. That look just like you, for all these white nationalists that want to talk their shit. Point the finger at all them 3% of white motherfuckers that look like y'all bitch ass. Don't point them fingers at us, nigga, because we don't control shit. We try and survive. But you know what? The best thing that black people have done is delineated like a motherfucker. Because now nobody can blame us for shit. We not getting out here protesting no more. We ain't doing all this shit. We doing what we supposed to, stand out and work on our shit. And that's what I'm glad black people are doing now. For FBAs are doing now. We fixing our shit. We stand out in everybody's shit. We don't want to have nothing to do with nobody's shit. We ain't protesting no more. We ain't doing none of that shit. It's to the point now, even the Uncle Tom Buck dancing coons don't even know what to say. Only thing they got to go on to say that black people doing is crime in the inner city. That's it. And we all know why it's crime in inner city areas and black community, due to the lack of resources, the lack of jobs and employment. It's all kind of shit that make the black community. It's just not out the fucking void like they want you to think it is. It's just out the void. That's how these niggas, that's how they like. So when you got Uncle Tom niggas are saying that, so they saying the same thing about you. That's why I said, y'all, that's why I'm glad Nick Fuentes gave them motherfuckers Jason Fatlock, Candace the Coon Owens, gave her a wake-up call and gave Brandon Tatum a wake-up call, because he was the only real white supremacist to come out and call them Uncle Toms. And anybody that's on their shit Uncle Tom, because in these niggas' mind, in order for you to be a conservative, you gotta be a buck dancing, tap dancing, coon ass, dancing the jig ass nigga talking about, how far you want me to go, boss? How far you want me to dance, boss? They think in order for you to be a coon, in order for you to be down, you gotta go and get you a white man or a white woman. That's not true, because you got Anton Daniels, he a coon and he married to a motherfucking black woman. You dig? He married to a black woman, and he started this trend after a while back, basically right after COVID, of talking this shit, because he tried to get a white follow base. But this shit normally always backfire on y'all ass, as Candace Owens. It always backfire on y'all ass. You did? Because you think in y'all minds, in the nigger coon mindset, they think in order for you to be a conservative, you gotta be damn near go along with everything the white people say. Like that, that shit doesn't even make logical sense. It's like these people think, you got these conservative niggas thinking they so much of an intellectual because they are followers of Trump. That's just as bad as the fucking liberal niggas that think they somehow being on the left with all the other shit that go this progressive shit. They think that they are smarter than conservative black people. Both of y'all fucking stupid. You know, goddamn, if you know stuck on stupid, Malcolm X told you all in the fucking ballot of the bullet that both parties are motherfucking weaponized against you. You niggas. One just more passive at it. The conservatives are out forward with it, and the liberals are out, and they cloaked it. The reason why they do this is because they want to pretend like they're on your side, but they're really not. The conservative, the Democrats, the Republicans, I'm gonna call them not, because I'm gonna call them Republicans not conservative, because they're really not even that conservative. Really, they're not. So, especially all the left and liberal shit they be doing in secret, as Epstein. But like I said, man, y'all niggas been duped. And this is why I don't go along, I don't follow no religious doctrine, or none of that shit, or political doctrine. All of it's bullshit. You know, and I think as FBA people, we need to move away from shit like that and operate on our interests instead of party lines. And like I said, I'm going to keep it 100. When it comes to this FBA shit, we going to have to keep outsiders out. We going to have to keep outsiders out. I don't give a fuck. You can't be with no white woman trying to be with us. You can't be with no white man trying to be with us. We don't give a fuck. We cannot have no outsiders in our shit. The Italians are like that. Everybody else like that. Why can't we be like that? You think the Italians ever accepted Mickey and them when they in the Goodfellas? They was half Irish and half Italian. They wasn't 100% Sicilian, so they wasn't accepted. So why we gotta accept biracial people? They are outsiders. But I digress.